students, welcome to our podcast, Teaching English by Susan and Alex. Hello Alex, how are you?
Hello, Susan. Very well. Hello, dear audience. Thank you for listening to us once again.
Okay, today we're going to talk about considerations when assessing young learners.
That's right, Susan. And the most important consideration in any assessment is that it is fair. When we design assessments, however, small and informal, we have an ethical responsibility to ensure that any judgment resulting from that assessment has a valid and reliable basis.
I agree with you, Alex. Validity means that any assessment has to assess what we intended to assess. Reliability means that the test has to be the same experience for all students and give as far as possible an accurate picture of their competence.
That's right, Susan. When these principles underpin an assessment, every teacher, student, and parent trusts the results.
Okay, Alex, but how can we ensure classroom assessments are valid and reliable?
Understanding how the principles of validity and reliability operate is a core part of assessment literacy for teachers so that they can ensure fairness is embedded in any assessment which they design and conduct.
Yes, you're right. Validity essential means deciding exactly what we are assessing before we design the assessment to make sure we don't include challenges that may affect students' performance.
For example, if we are assessing speaking, students should not be required to read a lot of information to perform the reading task. In this case, their performance is affected by misunderstanding while reading.
Okay, in the classroom, this means that it is essential to have an explicit focus on what the assessment is measuring and that this focus can be clearly explained to students. Now, what about reliability, Alex?
Reliability in classroom assessments is important in the sense that the teacher can rely on the results as a fair message of a learner's performance. With young learners, classroom assessments tend to be it should be more holistic in approach and an ongoing nature of formative assessments, which means it happens over time.
This means that reliability emerges for the consistency of patterns the teacher sees in a learner's progression or lack thereof.
That's right, Susan. All assessment tasks for young learners should pay attention to the following characteristics. The first is preparation. Is not only critical for fairness and success, but it is as broad and as scoop as possible.
The second is clear instructions. For any task, children need explicit scaffolding. This will usually include modeling and working with students to make sure they understand what they need to do.
The third is agreed upon assessment criteria. Once the learners understand what they have to do in an assessment, it is possible to elect and agree on the criteria.
The fourth is qualitative, not quantitative outcomes. Classroom assessment should, as far as possible, be individualized and allow for some degree of success of each learner. Assessment should be graded and qualitative so that it takes into account additional factors such as the effort made by the learner.
Finally, the last one is feedback, which focuses on only one aspect of learning. Young learners need feedback which focuses that they understand and which they are accompanied by a task of how to improve.
Yes, you're right. That is very interesting. But time's up. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you all. And to summarize that, that was all the considerations of assessing young learners. Thank you for hearing us. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Bye bye.